Ladies and gentlemen, today Rockstar has released the Schlagen GT to GTA Online. It's a car that actually doesn't have any handling flag, so it won't launch you all the way to Mars as soon as you hit a bump. So that's a good thing. And if you're looking to find out just how fast this car is, you know where to go. Broughy1322. Link as always to that in the description down below. Now, aside from this car that is basically a dick joke, there's double cash opportunities of course this week as well. And I have to say, it's a particularly good one because there is 50% bonus cash on all import and export missions. But that's not all, because there's also double cash on the special cargo sales as well, which is the CEO crates. And then there's also double cash in RP on hunting, packing, keep the pace. But who really gives a shit? Just move on. If you're short on money, then this week is definitely the week to roll up them sleeves and get to work, because double cash on CEO crates is already in itself fantastic, but if there's also 50% bonus cash on import and export missions, you're really gonna be rolling in those. So selling a top range vehicle will net you $120,000 for simply selling a car. Now the way I would personally go about this one is to source a vehicle and then sell it immediately, and as you're done selling that vehicle, then make your way to your office and start doing some crates in between the 20 minutes you have to wait in order to sell the next car. And if you have two warehouses, you can make this even more effective. That way you can decide to source and sell one car and then fill up both of your warehouses as you're waiting for the cooldown to go down. If you only have one warehouse, that's perfectly fine too. What you can do in between the time while you wait for the next crate to source, you can also decide to source a new car. Basically, play around with it, find what is for you the most effective way, and honestly, whatever you do this week with those two things, you're going to be making a lot of money. So it's definitely worth it to give it a shot if you are short on cash. If you're someone that doesn't already own an executive office or a special cargo warehouse, then I have good news for you as well, because there's 30% off executive offices and there's 40% off special cargo warehouses. So if you don't already own an executive office, now is probably a good time to get one as alongside of a special cargo warehouse. Personally, I would say have a look at what your budget actually is. An executive office, there's not much difference in between them, but the difference between a small and a large warehouse is definitely there. Personally, I would try to avoid getting a small one, at least go for medium. With medium, we'll still be able to get a good profit, and you'll probably be easier to get your money back if you don't already own one. If you're planning on playing this a lot, then it's definitely worth getting a large one. However, it does take about, I'd say like 10 to 5 hours to fill up two large warehouses. So if you think that you have to kind of time this week to be able to even net a profit with your purchases of the executive office and the special cargo warehouses, then definitely go for it. But again, I'm leaving it up to you. Personally, I'd buy at least one large warehouse and one executive office if I don't already had one, because maybe this time you might not be able to make your money back, but later down the line you'll have your special cargo warehouse at the ready for another double cash event week as well. They've been doing these pretty regularly, so you should be able to make your money back quite easily, because there's also 30% off the Jester Classic, the Scramjet, the Tyrant, the Flash GT, and then 35% off the Conjali, the Churbanok, and also the Volatile. Now, if you want personal recommendations for the discounts, I've already discussed the offices and the warehouses already, but the Flash GT is definitely something worth picking up as well. It's the best off-road vehicle you can get right now, so if you're someone that plays a lot of off-road racing, that is definitely something worth picking up. And then the premium race for this week is Retin Locked to Supers, and the time trial for this week is Down Chiliad. And as always, a quick and easy 50k if you manage to beat the time trial. But I personally wouldn't bother with it too much this week, because A, Down Chiliad is pretty difficult, and B, well, you'd be wasting time with the amount of money you could make while doing crates or this import and export stuff. But with all that said and done, that was it for this video. Thank you also very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.